This is a set square. You must have seen this in your geometry box. Let's copy this and now flip it. Now, if we arrange these two like this side by side and bring them closer, it resembles the shape of a kite. Now, since we used two set squares and arranged them side by side, we see that this shape of kite has one line of symmetry, right? If this side is flipped and put over this side, they're going to overlap. So there is one line of symmetry. Can you find any other line of symmetry? If we just make this line, is it a line of symmetry? No, it is not. The upper portion is way too smaller than this lower portion. This is not a line of symmetry. So a kite has only one line of symmetry. But there are many figures, shapes, and patterns which can have more than one line of symmetry. For example, let us look at this rectangular piece of paper. Now we are going to use the paper folding technique to find out lines of symmetry. If you fold this rectangular piece of paper along its width halfway so that the upper half fits exactly over the lower half, like this. And now if you open this paper, it will create a crease like this. This fold that we just did will create a crease on the paper. And this crease, you will see that it serves as a line of symmetry. Right. Now, how about we fold this paper like this along its length, halfway along its length. Once again, if we open it, it will create another crease. And this also serves as a line of symmetry. So, in a rectangle, there are two lines of symmetry. Now, let us look at a square. We are going to use the same paper folding technique. I'm going to fold it like this, so that the left half is overlapping the right half. We're just going to fold it exactly in half. Okay. Now we'll open this and it will create a crease, which serves as a line of symmetry. So we have one line of symmetry so far. Now we are going to fold this paper like this, so that the upper half overlaps the lower half. So once we do this, and now if we open this again, we get another crease due to the second fold, which is also a line of symmetry. Now, how about if we fold this paper like this along this diagonally? It will look something like this, right? Now let's open this and we get another crease, which is the third line of symmetry, right? Similarly, if we now fold this paper like this along the second diagonal, the other diagonal, then we'll get something like this. Now let's open this and now we'll get this crease, this one, which is a line of symmetry. So a square has a total of 4 lines of symmetry. Now, how about an equilateral triangle? It has 1, 2, and 3. 3 lines of symmetry, while an isosceles triangle has only 1 line of symmetry. Now we have some figures over here, and we need to see how many lines of symmetry do these figures have. How about we pause this video, take some time and try to draw these shapes on our paper and draw lines of symmetry for these. So if you look at this first shape, this rhombus, it has 1, 2, 2 lines of symmetry. Now for the hexagon, we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 lines of symmetry for a hexagon. Now, as for circle, we can have infinite lines of symmetry. Interesting, right? Now, let's move on to the next part. How to draw a symmetric figure. Let us start by drawing a figure as shown here. We can choose to draw any random figure. Now, we want to complete it so that we get a figure with 2 lines of symmetry. Let the 2 lines be line M and line N. These are the lines of symmetry. Now, we are going to draw a figure so that it is a mirror image of this previous figure in the line M. So basically, we are going to draw a figure over here in this region, which is a mirror image of this. Something like this. Now for the next part, we'll draw another figure, which is a mirror image of this entire figure in the symmetric line N. Something like this. So there we have a symmetric figure with two lines of symmetry.